Hey everybody, happy Monday. A little bit of an interesting day here in the gym, in the Flab Lab, as it were. Um, Decent intensity day. As I was pulling my top deadlift, the air conditioning guy stopped by to fix my air conditioning, so that's nice. It's been hot. Finished that off, had a pretty good session. Got in some good work. Pull-ups, was able to get more volume in than I was originally anticipating. And things went well. Nice, easy session, and relatively quick. Especially the deadlift session was really quick. Then I took a break and did some other junk, and then came back and finished off. Um, One of the questions also that's come up is like, how would I approach lifting after time off? It's gotten to be pretty easy now because I approach time off almost the way I approach normal sessions anyhow, which is I have a I have an expectation, and then I basically, like I talked in another video, just kind of gauge things in the moment, in situ, as it were, and kind of let my programming be a little bit more fluid. If I were to take time off, especially if it was extended time, like several weeks or months, um, it might be a little bit more structured approach. One thing I do like is, like Bill Starr's ramping sets of five. It's a pretty good approach. You start really light and just little bit by little bit and work up until you've done something that feels heavy, and then you just kind of punt after that. Or if you want to back off and do some sets, but a very sensible approach to scaling things up. I mean, the starting strength method's not bad either, which is, you kind of start with the empty bar on the lift, and then you scale up until you lose bar speed. That's a little bit of a tricky thing. That is nuanced, and it's like that's one of the big issues I have with, you're a novice lifter, you've never used a barbell before, now you're supposed to be judging velocity while you're lifting. That's a little bit of a tricky situation there. But anyhow, I think that those are effectively about the best way to go about it. Just kind of do smaller sets, see how things play out, and then adjust on the fly. And then I do think too is if you're coming back after a layoff, I think it's better to just do maybe two big compound lifts. You can do squats and press, or squats and bench, or deads and bench, deads and press, whatever, however you want to lay it out. But some mix of doing the entire body to get things kind of going again, and feel pretty effective in a session. Plus, you're going to spread your DOMs out across everything, so you're going to be miserable the next day completely, as opposed to just like, oh, my legs hurt, but everything else feels fine, or oh, my chest hurt. No, everything will hurt, and in that way, you just kind of get it all done in one shot. It's Monday. Some weird stuff to negotiate at work. Some other stuff personally. Still 50 years old. I scratch my head about stuff. But no, good session. Good day overall. AC's back to working, so hopefully the house will be nice and cool again. That was kind of miserable last week. On top of working long days, I had no AC at home, so even when I came home, it wasn't as relaxing as I'd like it to be. Anyhow, there was something else I was going to say, but it completely slipped my mind. I probably should write down these ideas before I get on camera. It'd probably be a good idea, but I'll probably remember another time and make another different video about it. So hey, just saving content, I guess, as it were. Hope everyone out there is having a good day. Again, if you got questions and you're watching this from the forum, you can just post stuff in my log and I'll try and handle it from there. If you're just showing up from wherever on the internet and you have a question, again, if you go into the, drop a comment, ask. Again, I'm not a professional. I'm just a guy, but I'm more than happy to, share my opinion on stuff and how I've gotten to where I've gotten. All right. Have a great Monday, and hope you have a great start to the week. Peace.